Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Kelas Pendidikan Agama Islam are assigned by Madam Ida Rohidiba to do a forum with a topic environment. So, my name is Adrianna Sofea binti Muhammad Ayub.
My name is Muhammad Aizad bin Harun.
And my name is Nur Aqilah binti Md Zainol.
So, let's get started.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning to everyone. Welcome to our forum. And today we would like to discuss a best topic, which is about environment. So before we could introduce about the environment, I would like to introduce our educated panelists today, which is on my right is.
My name is Muhammad Aizad bin Harun.
And on my left is.
My name is Adrianna Sofea binti Muhammad Ayub.
And my name is Nur Aqilah binti Md Zainol as the moderator for today. So, environment, the word itself, a lot of people give a variety of opinion and definition about the environment. So, can we go through about the proper definition about environment?
So first of all, as I mentioned just now by Sister Aqilah, our topic for today is environment. So environment is a topic that we always use since we are in primary school. Although we are not know about the terms in specific meaning, but we know that this environment is like water, ocean, sea, and something like that. So here I want to tell all of you about the specific meaning of environment. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, environment is an object, circumstance, in and a condition whereby someone is surrounding. So from the meaning, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, I can say that environment is everything that is around, everything that is surrounding, include both living and non-living things such as animal, plants, human, and so on. And the word environment is derived from the French word, which is environ, which means surrounding. And as we can see that from the meaning itself, it play an important role in our life and also other living things. For example, ocean play an important role for us as a human because it can be kind of transportation and also a recreation place. For example, we have Pulau Perhentian and also Pulau Kampung. And for animals like a fish, they use the ocean and sea for their habitat. And the second one is we have environment as a natural resources which will benefit us and also benefit our community in economic terms. From that, we can see that environment is very important not only for us as a human, but also to other living things. So, Earth is a home for different living things like animal and also the human. So, we depend a lot on environment. So, it is our responsibility to protect the environment in order to avoid the environment from corruption. So that's all from me. I will come back to Sister Aqilah.
I see. From the beginning, I think I already get into this topic, which is environment. So Aizad, do you have anything to add or any new things about environment that we all didn't know?
Yes, I am. Thank you to Moderator Aqilah. When we talk about the environment, I want to share you that the environment is divided into two parts, which are geographical environment and man-made environment. Let's go one by one. First is geographical environment. Geographical environment refers to natural environment. That the natural environment was created by God. Natural environment includes a surface, land, a mountain, water, an ocean, and air, and so on. So the second part is man-made environment. man-made environment or human-made environment was created by humans. Because of the humans is unable to live in their natural habitat, they create some environment for comfort themselves. And about the man-made environment, they have two types of man-made environment, which are first is inner environment and second is outer environment. And about the environment, they have four basic components of the environment, which are first is atmosphere, the air. Second is lithosphere, rocks and soil. Third is hydrosphere, as well as water. And the last one is biological component of the environment or biosphere. I think that's it. I hand it back to Aqilah.
Okay, thank you for the new information, and I think I have not knowing all these things before. So, from both of from all the explanations from both of you, there's something that I noticed, which is Sofea mentioned about the non-living and living thing about the environment, and Aizad mentioned about the elements of the environment and so types of environment. So, have you both heard about biotic and abiotic terms? No. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, biotic and biotic is the terms that I learned from the secondary school, which is on subject science or biology, where biotic and abiotic is the same meaning as living thing and non-living thing. So, and biotic is non-living things. So that's just a terms in science. So what is abiotic and biotic is they are biodiversity. If you do a search in Google or any website, a lot of people ask, is it biodiversity and also environment? Is it the same thing or different? So biodiversity is the variety of organisms that living in the environment. So the environment is the area and also area that the organism live in. Okay, so that's the difference between biodiversity and environment. So biodiversity is something that lives in the environment. For example, biodiversity have many types, and such as forest, and the forest itself has many types. So in the earth there's variety of forest, which is like laterite rainforest, seasonal rainforest, and so on. So each type of forest have their own living, have their own plants and animals that can adapt with the situation and surroundings. So that's all about biodiversity, and I hope you guys already can make a differentiation between biodiversity and also environment. Okay, let's get back on topic, which is environment. So we look at about the environment in our country, Malaysia. So along with the advancement of technology in our country to achieve development in more advanced direction, a lot of human activities have been done, and also technology that have been built to make sure we getting the development. So, because of these activities, some of the human activities give negative impacts and some give positive impacts. The negative impacts usually gives a pollution to our country. Other than pollution, because that global warming and also climate changes. So let's go on about the pollution first. There's many types of pollution, which is air pollution, noise pollution, and the most problematic one is water pollution. So water pollution is the most problematic because water is very easy to get, use, and throw it away. Why? If you see from our aspect, from our daily life, we at home we use water to cook, for washing, to wash dishes, for cleaning the house, and so on. So, other than in the house, if we look at the surrounding, the building also need to use water. The technology also, and also the building like mosque also use the water. So we can see that water is very important. Is the most important elements environment that we use in our daily life, and easy for people to ignore the importance, where all the human activities these days give negative impacts, which is because they are on because the human habits, where how it happened, right? So their habits to when they eat, drink, get new things, they throw away the rubbish into the drain, river, and also ocean, the source of water. So from that, because of their habits, our water pollution, the quality of water decreased year by year, and that's why water pollution get easily happen in Malaysia. So other than water pollution, yes, we have noise pollution and also air pollution. So any of you want to talk about the pollution? Any pollution?
Yes. I want first. So, thank you, Nur Aqilah. One of the component of the environment is the atmosphere, the air. All places have a level of air pollution. So, but I don't want to talk about the air pollution index first, but I want to talk about the causes of air pollution first. So, about the causes of air pollution, I think one of the causes of air pollution is the smoke emitted from factories. Another causes of air pollution also is transportation. Vehicles like car, bus, motorcycle, a truck, and so on. The smoke that come out from the vehicle exhaust will affect to the air without us realizing. Can you imagine if every day like this, how much smoke will emit? Especially when there is a traffic jam, when the vehicles are gathered in a place on the road, it will emit a lot of smoke, and of course, it will give something back to the air. Moreover, the wildfire. Yes, this is the big reason, the big cause of air pollution. Not only affect to the air, but also affect to the animals' habitat. And many other causes of air pollution. All the causes that I said just now can cause a haze. I don't know if this is something glad to hear that our country has not been affected by haze for a long time. As I remember, the last time our country, Malaysia, was hit by haze was in 2016, in about several years ago. In Kalimantan, at that time, in Kalimantan, Indonesia, there was a big wildfire. And the effect from the wildfire was affected to Malaysia. At that time, the most of school in Malaysia was closed. And when I want to leave my home, we always wear a face mask, like a COVID-19. However, year by year, air pollution in Malaysia slowly is getting better. Regarding to air pollution in Malaysia, based on air pollutant index, the statistics say that Malaysia is moderate air pollution on average. Let me show you the data. Wait. Alright. Look at the data. Look at the map. The level of number is 0 until 15 is good condition. 51 until 100 is moderate. 101 until 200 is unhealthy for sensitive group. 201 until 300 is unhealthy, very unhealthy, and 301 and above is hazardous. Then if you look at the data, the map in Malaysia, this most of the state in our country, Malaysia, is moderate. Is moderate, in about 51 until 100. Just some state in Malaysia is unhealthy, like Kuching, Sarawak, some place in Penang, some place in Kedah, some place in Selangor, and some place in Negeri Sembilan. Other than the place is a moderate on average. So based on the data, based on the statistic, clearly the Malaysia is a moderate air pollution on average. I think that's all from me. I hand it back to moderator.
As you mentioned just now, that a lot of states in Malaysia in moderate. Is there any state that have a good index pollution?
Yes. Based on the data, we have just one good condition. We have one state good condition in some place in Kelantan, in Kota Baru. Just one. And other than that, all other than that is moderate.
Okay, thank you for answering my question just now. So what I can summarize from the explanation about the air pollution is that a lot of human activities cause the pollution and affected in many ways to our, especially in our daily life. So other than air pollution, water pollution and noise pollution, let's talk about the climate changes or global warming. Sofea, do you have anything?
Yes, of course. So now I will talk about the climate change. So climate change is one of the most sensitive issues regarding the term of environment. So climate change is, before that, do you have experience with climate change? Will you heard about it?
About this issue? I don't think so.
You don't think so? So let me explain. Climate change is a natural phenomenon and it harmfully accelerated by greenhouse gas emission from human activities such as burning of fossil fuel, deforestation, livestock farming. So there is a lot of human activities that lead to the climate change. Moreover, from my perspective, I will explain to you guys one of the causes of climate change, which is the Katila forest. Cutting down forests are one of the human activities that create farm faster and for the reason cause emission since trees when they are cut. There is a lot of causes that lead to the climate change. Same like Aizad said just now, which is transportation. Climate change also causes by the transportation because of the car, vehicle and the others vehicle. Moreover, one of the causes of climate change is cutting down forests. This is one of the human activities. Human cutting down the forest to create farm or pasture or for other reason. It causes climate change because it causes emission. It is because trees, when they are cut, release the carbon they have been storing. Each year, approximately 12 million hectares of forests are destroyed. Since forests absorb carbon dioxide, destroying them also limit nature's ability to keep emission out of the atmosphere. So as we can see that trees give us carbon dioxide, and when they are cutting down on the carbon dioxide, it will increase the level of carbon dioxide, which will lead to the climate change. So let's move on to the effect of climate change. Children are among the individuals who most affected by climate change. According to UNICEF Climate Change Risk Index, Malaysia ranks 61st place on this performing country, where children are most at risk as projected impact of climate change. So as we can see that most children is the one who are always affected by the climate change, other than the adult. Climate change and environmental degradation can adversely affect the healthy growth, development and well-being of children. So we can see that climate change is giving a very bad effect to children. Climate change includes the flood, the rain and also the hot weather in our country, especially Malaysia. So that's all what I can explain about the climate change. I will pass to Aqilah.
That's very clear explanation where I don't think I have heard about the climate changes before. And as you mentioned just now about the children is the most affected by the climate change. How they got affected? I mean, is it about their health?
It is because the immune system of the children are lower than the adults, so they are easily get sick from the climate change.
Okay, I see. Okay, thank you for answering my question. Okay, so in the beginning I mentioned about the water pollution. So there's an issue that I wanted to share with everyone here. So it is about the Kim River. I want to bring an issue. It was very famous and hit on 2019, where about water pollution at Kim River at Pasir Gudang, Johor. It was happened on 27 March 2019, where several students and also canteen workers started to get ill and also have symptoms like vomiting. After that happened, a few reports had been done to the police station and the investigation began. Because after the investigation began, about 2 schools were dispatched to shut down. And the investigation began at the Kim River. And there's an agency that had been dispatched to do the clean up at the Kim River. And about 2.43 tons of chemical was found at the Kim River. Means that 2.43 tons that had been thrown away by a lorry tanker into the Kim River. How can people like that sick because of that many chemicals have been thrown in the river, right? So what can I say about this issue is, even though the agency, the irresponsible agency or organization that made this problem happen on 2019, even the agency or organization that is responsible about this issue can be punished or fined. Still, people already get sick, and this, if I'm not mistaken, this issue was very long to get solved on 2019. So we as human beings must take care of our surroundings, our nature, which is especially water, because it's very easy to get polluted because of our activities. So other than water pollution, we know that there is noise pollution, right? As I know, noise is something like sound that is very loud and make people very not comfortable. So what is the noise pollution actually?
So the aspect of it is noise pollution. Noise pollution is a pollution that many of us know about, but like some people do not know that the noise pollution exist in this world. It is because of noise pollution is not affected human excessively compared with air pollution and water pollution. In Malaysia, particularly in Kuala Lumpur, is one of the biggest contributor to noise pollution. The sound of the train, the people walking here and there and talk with each other, and the traffic jam is the causes that lead to the high level of noise pollution. Noise pollution can cause health problems for people and wildlife, both on land and on the sea. According to scientists, noise greater than 85 dB can damage human and other health problems. For example, noise from traffic, noise and from concert, the loud and inescapable sound can cause hearing loss, stress and high blood pressure. This is one of the causes, one of the effects of noise pollution to human. Noise from ship and human activities in the ocean is harmful to whales and dolphins that depend on ecology to survive. So it means that noise pollution not only affect the human but also to animals. Therefore, we move on to effect to the plants. Besides, noise pollution is also bad for plants. The noise sources in the environment are cars, touring buses, airplanes, compressors, and more. It happens because noise pollution exceeds the permissible barrier. So trees is in the city live much less and with the sound of the engine lose their ability to navigate in space. So they cannot live longer when they are in the city with the noise pollution. So here we can see that noise pollution is very bad to human, animal and also plants. So we as a Malaysian, we as a human need to ensure that these pollution are not in high level in order to avoid from anything that's not good happen, because it affect all the living things. So I think that's all from me. I give back to Sister Aqilah.
Okay, that's very clear and deep explanation, and I really like and satisfied about the point that you say about not only human that got affected, but also plants and also animal, and I just know about it. So in the beginning, I mentioned about the biodiversity. So is the biodiversity, especially plant in Malaysia, balanced? Because I think the plant have this get destroyed by the deforestation stage. Especially already loss of plant in this land.
Thank you, Nur Aqilah. So before I want to talk about that Malaysia has been recognized as one of the mega diversity countries in the world. Due to this recognition, the Malaysian government has agreed to increase the effectiveness of the management, preservation and development of the nation's forest biological diversity, resources on a sustainable basis. In an effort to gather information on biological diversity from the natural areas of our country, the Forestry Department of Peninsular Malaysia, JPSM, has organized a series of forest biological diversity scientific expedition in forested areas, especially the forest reserve areas. Up to now, as many as 32 series of scientific expeditions have been carried out in Peninsular Malaysia, which contains various forest ecosystems from swamp forest or mangroves, peat swamp forest, lowland forest, to mountainous forest. Took a series of expeditions, various significant discoveries, including new, endemic, and unique species of flora and fauna, have been successfully recovered. However, people are still chasing luxury with the available technology, but to fulfill the human will, various treasures of the earth had to be sacrificed. Human behavior has resulted in the extinction of flora and fauna. The extinction of flora and fauna has been in the danger zone, and it needs to be taken seriously while we have time. About the flora and fauna, have you thought what's the causes of extinction of flora and fauna? Yes, in my opinion, for me, illegal logging, which is one of the main causes of extinction of flora and fauna. Illegal loggers are actively carrying out open logging in areas that should not be logged and causing plants to die. Also, the cause of extinction of flora and fauna is wildfire. As the same as the cause of air pollution like I said just now, not only affect to the air, but also affect to the flora and fauna. And yes, this will cause habitat loss. In addition, fishing activities. As we already know, the fishing activities are one of the sources of livelihood for fishermen on the coast. But catches using nets, fishing lines, trap, and other traditional methods will affect the habitat and number of aquatic life in the waters. Also threaten all life on sea, such as coral reef and so on. Easy to say. All of these causes begin with human activities, no doubt. When the flora and fauna that previously graced nature became extinct, of course, this situation disfigures the scenery of nature. It is very disappointing. I think that's all. I don't know.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. So, understand flora and fauna affected by human activities, right? So, as mentioned just now, flora and fauna had this decrease year by year in Malaysia because of the human activities, which is one of the causes is deforestation. So, I want to bring about the deforestation. So, what is deforestation, right? Deforestation is purposely clearing the forest by human. Instead, deforestation will happen because of the irresponsible organization, such as let me give you how deforestation happen. So, this irresponsible organization started their activities from the middle of the forest. Okay, why they started from the middle? Because if they start from the outer of the forest, of course the people that live in around the area will notice their activities. So if they start doing their activities by cutting the plants, trees from the middle of the forest, people will not even notice. Even the government or the non-government organization, they won't even notice. So that's how the irresponsible organization making their illegal profits by their activities. So after the forest, forested land already gone, and people that live in the area notice about that. Of course, they will report, and the one that irresponsible organization, of course, they got the punishment. They will get penalties and also fines. But what's the purpose? Because even they got the penalties, our forest in Malaysia already gone. Okay, then if the forest already gone, how can the forest can be returned right? Of course, it can be helped. So, because of these types of movements that very irresponsible, where they're not very care about the nature, the environment, will make the deforestation in Malaysia increase. Okay, after this deforestation happened, who the one who got affected? Of course, the people that live nearby the area. Where they will affected because the forested land will become more hotter and the landslides can easily be happen. So they are the one that will get affected. Okay. So we as humans must have the empathy in our soul so that our nature, our surroundings, our environment will be not get affected, and we can face our daily life like every day. So, okay, that's all about the deforestation. So, from this discussion from the beginning, we had mentioned about all the problems of the environment, which is air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, and also just now deforestation, and also Malaysia loss of biodiversity. So, from all of these problems, can you tell us what are the causes of all these problems from the overall perspective?
So, so from the beginning of our discussion for today, we can see that there is a lot of pollution that happen in the world nowadays. So here I will conclude some of the causes that lead this pollution. Let's start with the water pollution. One of the causes that leads to the water pollution is industrial waste. So do you guys know what is industrial waste? No. So let's explain. Industrial waste is one of the biggest sources of water contamination. Many industrial sites produce waste in the form of toxic chemicals and pollutants, and some don't have proper waste management system in place. Sometimes industrial waste is dumped into nearby freshwater system, which is something are bad and not allowed in our government. The toxic chemical leached from this waste can make the water unsafe for human consumption, and they can also cause the temperature in freshwater system to change, making them dangerous for marine life. Finally, industrial waste can cause dead zoo, which are areas of water that contain a little oxygen that marine life cannot survive in them. So when there are a lot of gas in the water, it causes that lower level of oxygen. This makes the marine life will die easily. So the second one is air pollution. Air pollution is airborne particles and fumes that change the natural gas composition of the Earth's atmosphere. This pollutant can be anything from dust to carbon monoxide. So as we mentioned by both of you just now, one of the causes that lead to air pollution is transportation, right? So these transportation are very clearly related with these causes what I explained just now. And the third one is the noise pollution, what I explained just now. And the noise pollution comes from the vehicle, household sources, social events, commercial and industrial activities such as the concert, air traffic, excessively loud music and noise cancelling. So from that, we can see that the pollution is come from many ways, and like the water pollution, air pollution, and the noise pollution. There are different type of causes that cause of them. So I think that's all from me. I hope that both of you are clear about what I want to tell. So that's all.
Well, that's a lot. So we can see that the causes is very from many ways, and it affected. Of course, all the causes will affect the environment, right? So I want to bring what are the effects of all the causes that Sofea just mentioned. So if we look to the air pollution, then what we get very easily affected is we as human to our health. To our health. So the parts in our body that get affected easily is the lung development, such as we will get asthma or emphysema or other respiratory diseases such as obstructive pulmonary. Okay, that's the example. So other than that, air pollution, there are some age can be harmed, which is children, where the children will play outside, where several of them playing sports, just like Aizad mentioned, where there is a time he needs to wear mask, like on COVID-19, because of the environment, because of air pollution. So children are the ones who get easily to get asthma. Moreover, if they live the nearby busy road, because of the gas that come out from the transportation. Okay. So other than air pollution, just now is water pollution. So as I mentioned, the one who get easily affected, of course, is again because we use water in every activities from the morning until night. So in terms of cook, washing, to drink, for food and everything that we need to use water in our daily life. So other than that, other than human got affected, the one got affected is other than that, the one who got affected, of course, aquatic. The animal that lives in the ocean, in the river or any water sources. So and not only aquatic, but also plants that living in the water resources. Okay. So because of our bad habits to throw, some of people like we, but some of them who like to throw their rubbish. Not only us get affected, but also the aquatic flora and fauna that lives in the water. So that's all about the cause, the effects of all the causes. So Aizad, what are is there any ways that can be overcome from all this problem, the problem about the environment, and how to prevent? So,
if you ask me, everyone needs to be responsible in tackling pollution in Malaysia. It doesn't matter the government or the people. We as a citizen need to help in overcoming the pollution in Malaysia. For example, I think about the air pollution. The effort we can do to repair air pollution in Malaysia is to reduce the use of vehicles. We have public transportation, right? Why not if we use it? Because the less the use of vehicles, the less smoke that gathers in the air, and surely that will reduce an air pollution. Other than that, we as a responsible citizen should not burn garbage openly, because this attitude will help control the level of air pollution. Ideally, we send garbage to a recycling center, not burning. And for the government, I think the government should enforce the law on the prohibition of open burning and give punishment to irresponsible people, such as fine with a certain amount of money, temporary imprisonment, and many other punishment that can be implemented to give awareness to the community. About the biodiversity, there are various steps we can take to overcome the problem of extinction of flora and fauna in Malaysia. One of them is creating a forest management system that can guarantee protect flora and fauna, such as carrying out replanting. For example, replanting trees that have been cut down to replace them. Additionally, by limiting the forest's ability to prevent plants and trees from being cut down. The government also needs to tighten the law on illegal logging and hunting. The authorities must always be aware of every movement made by loggers and poachers, because their existence will destroy the flora and fauna. By recognizing more forest areas as natural parks, recreational parks, marine parks, and so on, with sufficient area, flora and fauna habitats can be preserved. Another effort to protect environment, the government also can implement programs about the importance of protecting the environment from damage. With this program, it will awareness to the community about the importance of taking care of the environment. I think that's it. I end with
okay. What I can see, as you said, there is a lot of ways that we can prevent from all these problems happening. It must be not only from us as human, but also from the. Instead, the government needs also to prevent this pollutions and everything. and not only the government and also non-government organization, and we as a human being, that the one that lives in this environment, in this surroundings. So we have come to the end of this forum. So let me summarize from the beginning to the end, where we have mentioned what is the environment, and we have talked about the problem of the environment, which is the pollution and also the climate changes. And after that we also talk about what are the causes and who get the effects, and how we can prevent from all this problem keep happening year by year to protect our nature in a good ways. So, is there anything that you would want to add?
First of all, I want to remember to all of you to take care of our environment, because we are living in this world so there's only one day. We are live for a long time until the end of our life. So we need to take this responsibility in order to ensure that we can live in the stable way, in the cleanliness, and can get the fresh environment in the future, and also in order to ensure that the next generation can also get the benefit from what we have doing right now. So I think that's all.
Okay, thank you. What about you, Aizad?
I think we as a human needs have feelings, love to nature, such as the plants, the earth, and others. Well, feeling love to the all nature, and we as a student need also take responsibility to take care of the environment. And I want to thank to moderator to give me a trust to talk about this topic about the environment.
Okay, and I also want to thank everyone for participating in this forum to talk about a very basic topic, but to give the benefit to others, for them to get this information and make a movement so that our nature will get more better, especially in our country, Malaysia. So that's all from us. Thank you. We hope everyone enjoyed our video
And get benefit from our discussion.
And we hope all of you love our performance.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.